Employment is prevalent among different countries, except for places that are irrelevant, like Hungary. This is key issue 1, impacting your income. Let's see standard of life, each country with a different one. Not as productive, but the level of GDP being destructive. There is inequality impacting consumer goods. Imagine some kids' childhoods. The life expectancy is higher in development, is higher in developed. Only if these countries cared for the poor and were a bit zealous. Schooling. It is really important, but it means nothing when everything is imported. There are many variations from region to region, especially when you are Norwegian. Let's get to key issue 2. There's honestly nothing new, but it talks about gender, of which there are 2. First, there is empowerment, with women losing out. But it's great that they don't fall down without throwing a pout. Then there's labor force, with women really winning. But honestly, hasn't this been the case since our beginning? Finally, we have gender inequality trends, with women not being able to make amends. Reproductive rights are low, but Canada's mortality is low. Moving to key issue 3, only if energy would be free. But let's face it, that's just something we need. Supply and demand is really important, such as petroleum. The heaviest consumers are in developed countries, but some African countries have huge reservoirs under their monkeys. The demand comes from houses, businesses, and transportation, but it really depends on each of the different nations. Each country has different energy reserves, the US in coal, Russia for natural gas, and oil in Saudi Arabia. But then again, the Australians have their uranium. Now, solar energy is really important, but to get those panels set up, they gotta be pretty sorbent. We are finally here to key issue 4. There are 2 paths to development: self-sufficiency and international trade. This is how rich countries are made. Some countries have crazy amounts of money, especially due to trade, but don't export enough, and your country will fade. Loans are also important, and so is housing. Then you run into Europe's debt crises. There is widening inequality. What can be done? Maybe we need a 24/7 peaceful none. Fair trade is really important, just like Trump finds important too. See, he knows a lot about fair trade work standards, especially when he forgets to pay them. All right.
Yes. There we go.